Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, as you can see, we've already started here.
Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very best in the business.
Some say the best ever.
Yep, and I can see why. He's about as sophisticated as players come, and his role covers everything from reclaiming the ball to, well, pretty much everything else. Only a man of his calibre and cleverness can do that.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Conceição! Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Hey, what a big... Oh, and again! Goal! Milan! Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Messi. Cafu. Messi. Milan are enjoying a good spell right now and leading. And he's worked it through. Bergkamp gets through on his own. Rijkaard gets rid without sophistication. And it's Bergkamp. And he's there to belt it away. Knocks it into space. No, that's been intercepted. Approaching the half-hour mark. Great work on the overlap. Chance! No, not the best of headers. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Raul. Now that's well seen too. Works it forward. And he cuts out the supply. Bergkamp. And here's Azar.
Milan really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Bergkamp! In he goes again! It's in! 2 up now, and they are cruising. He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
And it's Gravenberch. He's played it back. Shapes to shoot! And that's caused a worry or two.
Rijkaard certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
And that has left him in a heap. Now it's Conceição. He's got away. Big chance! There's the whistle for half-time. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Milan certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep imposing, don't leave the door open for the opposition.
Milan ahead 2-0, and they are looking good. And we're underway again. Couldn't squeeze it through. Threads one in. Messi. Caught offside that time. Gravenberg, nicely shaped ball, and he welcomes it in. Howson. Francisco Conceição. It's Van Dijk. So 2-0 the scoreline early after half-time. Howson. Francisco Conceição. Rangers appear to be happy to let their front players... Has a shot! Oh, he has leathered that.
Well, he does strike a very pure ball, doesn't he? It's great technique.
Substitution in progress.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And he's managed to get rid.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
It's a really well-measured ball. Haaland! Oh, that was vital. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Haaland. Nicked it back promptly. Plays a sharp little ball here. And he shoots! And that is wildly off target.
Rangers certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Bergkamp. And that's another good win of the ball. Howson. More and more pressure on the ball here. Looking for options for movement. Lobbed in behind. And here's Paqueta. And the shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Haaland. Van Dijk attempts a clearance. Great defending, strong and determined. Leading by 2 and the finishing line in sight. Well timed, excellent interception. Azar. Howson. And back to the keeper they go. And it's Van Dijk. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. Now it's
2 added
Conceição.
minutes has been indicated.
Howson. Messi. Oh, he's burst through. And a shot! It's there! Deep, deep into injury time! And a trademark move. And that will be the final act. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Haaland picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So we're up and running. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Peter, can I bring Ousmane Dembele to your attention? He's been described as a phenomenon and one of the very best. That's high praise indeed, and we've seen some great flashes, but he still has a long way to go to fulfill all of that potential.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. And the pass is intercepted. Francisco Conceição. Bergkamp. Now it's Hazard. Great vision. He's in space and looking for options. Crosses it in. That's a decent clearance. Subimendi. For Olise. Now it's Dembele. And that's been intercepted. Alexander-Arnold. And he's only too happy to take that back. Hakimi gets across to intercept that.
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon.
It's a pretty loose pass. Knocks it into space. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Could try cutting inside here. In towards the back stick. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. And they can counter here. Hazard. He won't be happy with that one. Not the most convincing of passes. Mbappe. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Harrison kept his eye on it, and he's there. Oh, easy pickings there. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Out to the left it goes. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good.
It's a mighty effort! That's a half-decent try.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. Looking for options for movement. Deep cross. Terrific header! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Francisco Conceição. And it's Bergkamp. Hazard. It's a goal kick. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. So there was the first half.
What an end to the half, Peter. A lot of the best action of the half coming at the very end, and I get the feeling the second half may well start in similar fashion, as we'd love to see this momentum maintained. So I'm looking forward to what's to come.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. Here we go again then.
Milan are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Now it's Mbappe, played with finesse. Serginho, and the finish! Dembele, brilliant!
Oh, that was magnificent. What a way to stamp your ability on a game. Not necessarily pivotal, but it has most definitely shifted momentum.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
I just thought that was going to hit the outside of the post for a moment there, but it just curled enough to catch the inside for a very good strike.
So we have the first goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Now it's Dembele. Can he get on the end of this? Dembele is offering some sort of an apology there.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Now it's Bergkamp.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Shapes to shoot! It's there! AC Milan are all square. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Milan grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Now it's Dembele. Alexander-Arnold. Milan looking to pass their way through. Now it's Haaland. Chance for a shot! Oh, it's come off the upright. Goal! Milan! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Bergkamp at his razor-sharp best there.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Milan go into the lead.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Lovely pass, but can he get there? A corner it is then. Palestine with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Defending of the desperate variety. And this is Dembele.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Plays a sharp little ball here. Played out to the right. Conceição. And it's Alexander-Arnold.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Now it's Conceição. Takes a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
He's had it taken off him. Nicely weighted ball. Dembele receives it in a good position. And that will be the final act. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power of will. And this place is bouncing. Bergkamp claiming the Man of the Match award. And there is very little room for argument. Well, from behind, Jim, that is some... So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So it's away we go then.
Frank Rijkaard can really make his presence felt. A superb defender who became an iconic midfield anchorman.
And what's more, a remarkably good strike.
Shot a goal! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. Cleared without complication. Played out wide. Played into the box. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Mbappe. Played into space. Oh, important interception. Beckenbauer. And it's Rijkaard. Van Dijk gets across to intercept that. And it's Azar. And he's had it nicked away. Now it's Haaland. And he's in on goal. Can he finish? Goal! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So we have the first goal.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Nicely aimed pass.
Milan are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Francisco Conceição. And the return pass. Aimed beyond the defence. Makalele.
Such good technique. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Great ball, and he's Haaland! Oh, it's come loose. Donnarumma herring after the ball here. Makalele has a shot! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
And this is why almost every team presses from the front these days, Peter. If you get it right, it creates more chances.
Conceição, he has found a way through. And he's there to clear it.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And that's put paid to a promising move. Ambitious ball here. Francisco Conceição. And it's Alexander-Arnold.
There will be 1 minute at a
Messi.
time.
Oh, well measured. He's got plenty of space out wide here. There's the whistle for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Substitution in progress.
There's the start of the second half.
Milan really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. So he's plotting something before playing it in. Ricci. It's a promising position. Oh, it's played into the area. Backward it goes. Well read, and the danger is averted. Beckenbauer gets it clear. Oh, nice one too, very nice.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
Messi.
They want to be quick here, it's breakaway time.
And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Milan still trailing by one and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. Great defending, strong and determined. Danger averted for now. Ball is over the line. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some, and that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped. That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Well, for a moment, you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing.
That's just playing it safe and simple. Milan really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Hazard. And he's picked it up out wide. Pings in across.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Milan are in dire need of a breakthrough. Can they?
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves.
That's a nicely shaped ball. He's picked his way through. Shapes to shoot! Oh, and that should have been two.
Well, the keeper spared a few blushes here. Going 2 down at this stage would have made it an awful long way back. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Van Dijk can get it clear. And the volley. Oh, good effort. He got plenty on that.
Ah, that's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Substitution on the field. Number 10, Messi.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Number 21, Erling Haaland. Coming on the field.
Can he get it through?
Hazard.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Robert Lewandowski. Substitutions taking place.
Van Dijk is there, and he can pick it up.
Has been indicated.
That's a throw. Time added on will be 2 minutes. And that will be the final act. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest.
And a quick reminder today to please
Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
That's a fairly demoralising loss. They hardly threatened, and this was about as insipid.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. There's the whistle, and here we go.
We're talking a genuinely stylish player here in Frank Rijkaard. You're not arguing with that, Jim, are you?
No, I've got to totally agree with every word you just said. As holding midfielders go, he is one of the very best. Nothing phases him.
Rashford gets into a...
It's Rashford! Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area.
Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. And we have the first dead ball situation of the game. Promising one. Francisco Conceição. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Always onto this. Oh, no, it's an own goal!
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is. It's a huge moment for the game and a shocking moment for him personally, but it happened at the best possible time. This is recoverable.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Listen, sometimes you need that little bit of luck in games like these.
Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Rashford is, of course, well known for his dancing feet. It's played through for him. Oh, that's nice. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And no, he's seen through all of that. It's a searching pass. Adams promptly onto that, and that is that. And here's Mbappe. Now it's Rashford. Now then, the ball's come loose. Oh, shooting chance! He scored! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. He's picked his way through. Zico.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
He has found the way through. Rashford! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And that has been knocked clear. Oh, the ball's come loose here. Milan are looking to go forward now.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
He's in a great position here. Now it's Haaland. Otto gets over and intercepts. He's found a way through. He's had a shot! It's there! Perfect placement. The one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew...
And that'll be the last act of the first half. So, engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
Very little in it. The score at half-time is 2-1. And the game has already resumed here. That's really well cleared. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. And here's Bergkamp. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Al Nassr can breathe again. Just. He's having a shot! Al Nassr appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Tries to play it through. Rijkaard kept his eye on it, and he's there. He's shifting through the gears here. Nuno Mendes. Odo. And it's Fernando Torres. Oh, there's a probing ball. Nuno Mendes. Rashford.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Just the goalkeeper to beat. Alisson gets rid without sophistication. Knocks it into space. It's out for a goal kick.
Substitution for Milan, number 4, Sunil Chetri.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Number 23,
Milan still have the cards to affect this game.
number 15, Marquinhos.
Into the last quarter of an hour.
On the field,
Alexander-Arnold
number 19,
spots it and
number
intercepts.
21, Hazard, number 8, Messi.
Olise gets into some space.
Van de Ven, substitution.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Adams makes the interception. Beckham. And here's Olise. Aimed beyond the defence. Ball driven towards... Up he goes! Oh, taken with style. We thought it was over. It's all square once more. A really thumping header. Absolutely crashes it in.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
All square again into the dying minutes.
It just goes to show you what
He's got Saul, and the keeper couldn't hold it. Oh, that's incredible! Late in the day, this could well be it. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, that's not the best attempt by the keeper, and he's just paid the ultimate price, hasn't he?
Al Nassr complete their comeback, and now they only need to hold out for a few minutes.
There's still a bit left in it, Peter, but they should find the necessary to avoid a slip-up now.
That's at the end. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see.
And if you do have a chance
How would you
today,
sum up
please
what
take
we've
some time
witnessed,
out to
Jim?
give your
I thought it
support
lived
to
up
our
to its billing,
stadium
Peter.
fund.
Very competitive, open and entertaining, and a little debating room as to whether the outcome was fair.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
This is Peter Drury, and next to me, providing insights, will be Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. Always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform.
Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
Well, it's clear what the manager wants here. His aim is to dominate in the wide areas, isn't it? Goes for goal! Goal!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Threads one in. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And here's Eto'o. Succumbs to the pressure. And it's Azar.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Aldair. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Milan leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Lam. He is through here. The ball swung in.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
Out again for a throw-in. That could spell trouble. Alexander-Arnold. Alonso. Ronaldinho. Looking to be a menace in the final third. Azar. He shifted it to the flank. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And it's Cruyff. Now it's Ronaldinho. Oh, what has happened here? Bergkamp. Bergkamp puts his foot on the gas. Can he get on the end of this? Haaland! They want to be quick to recover this. Xavi Alonso. Manchester United look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
Eto'o. Cruyff takes control of it and he's on the move. Alexander-Arnold. And here's Bergkamp. Hazard. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And that's gone loose.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
And he's intervened well there. And the pass is intercepted. Now it's Eto'o. Oh, look at... And Cruyff! It's there! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
Manchester United grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Rijkaard. Now it's Haaland. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Bergkamp is the team's great visionary.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now. You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Great run on the overlap here. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And he cuts out the supply. And here's Azar. Knocks it out wide. And this is Azar. Azar! It's off target and by quite a way.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Nicked it back promptly. And it's Cruyff. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Milan are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Milan have been the team that have had the...
It's Eto'o! Milan are looking to break at pace. Xavi Alonso. That's Rijkaard. Howson. Manchester United finding their passes. There's the header! He's trying to hit the front line here. Alexander-Arnold. Cannavaro calmly anticipates. Quality ball. And here's Eto'o. Alonso. Lovely pass, but can he get there? There's... Gets his head on it! He's scored!
Boom! There we go, and it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter.
Tries from distance. Decent strike, kept it fizzing low. Lahm is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Foot in. Manchester United are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan. Milan really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Chance! And he's really put himself on the line here.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Pass somewhat off target. Looking for options for movement. Now here's the delivery. Terrific header! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And again! It's in! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement. Takes a shot! Goal! Manchester United! get themselves in front! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So we have a break. It's a mighty effort! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And the header is disappointing in the end.
You really could have done with engaging those crossers much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Corner number 2 then. Oh, smashing header! He's missed, but not by that far.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Lahm. Manchester United looking to pass their way through. Lahm. And he whips it in. Deflected behind for a corner kick. Cruyff plays it short. Milan are looking to go forward now. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Oh, it's a great chance for a shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Milan have their third corner. He rises! Harmlessly behind. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Played in deep. Big header! Oh, that could cost them.
Well, that's the response the crowd were looking for, Peter, and it's applause all round us here.
Ronaldinho. And they're quick to get it back. Rummenigge. Eto'o. Eto'o! It's in! And surely now, the result's beyond doubt. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Just way, way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Pinches it off him. Ronaldinho. And that is a little undercooked. Now it's Haaland. Oh, just skip shapes to shoot! Really well taken goal. And what a climax we have here! Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Milan give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, who's under pressure now? It's going to require some inspired defending to stop this lot.
Aldair. Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. Anthony. Xavi Alonso. Bergkamp. Tries to pass it through. Xavi Alonso. He's in a great position here. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. And that's that. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end. Momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. There's the whistle, and here we go.
Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very best in the business.
Some say the best ever.
Yeah, and I can see why. He's about as sophisticated as players come, and his role covers everything from reclaiming the ball to, well, pretty much everything else. Only a man of his calibre and cleverness can do that.
Delivered across. Massaro, can he spark a counter here? Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation, no more, no less.
It's a searching pass. Hazard. Played into the box. Cleared without hesitation. Conceição. Shoots! Goal! Milan! The breakthrough strike. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Just way, way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Milan have fired themselves in front.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Scholes, he's picked his way through. No, he refuses to take the bait. Van Dijk defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And no, that was never going to make it. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Oh, important interception. Great vision. Great ball if he can get there. Well, that has not gone well. Threads one in. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Belletti. And that has left him in a heap.
Milan really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
And now the breakaway. Plays a sharp little ball here. And this is Hazard. Koeman gets it away. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Well, it's not...
Oh, smashing header! That's a half-decent try.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
And the first half is done. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Milan are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good. So we're just settling back into this second half. A solitary goal. That has been the... Shot, surely! Van Dijk getting this one clear. Francisco Conceição. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, played right into his path. He's found a way through. Good decision by the keeper. Got that exactly right. Diogo Costa did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. He's in space and looking for options. This looks promising. Flash gets his head on it! It's hit the crossbar. Goal! And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
So that's 2 now without reply.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Serginho gets across to intercept that.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Passing is crisp and sharp. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Howson. And it's Van Dijk. To Marquinhos. Excellent challenge there, uncompromised. It's Neymar! Marquinhos is there to clear. And here's De Bruyne. Rijkaard. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he was quick to react. Aimed beyond the defence. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Neymar. And that is expertly dealt with. Milan have time on their side now, as well as a 2-goal lead. It is just about done. Pass is just off target. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And they're not going to make any further progress now. And the pass is intercepted. Looking for options for movement. And that has put paid to that.
There will be 1 minute.
Oh, perfectly measured that.
That was lovely, that.
He is through here. And the shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And that gets things running.
Tony Adams, now there is a proper defender, Jim.
Well, not too many Englishmen can rival his leadership qualities, Peter.
He just had so many strengths. You could go on all day about him, couldn't you?
Well, the epitome of solidity, thanks to his winning mentality and ability to organise a back four. You don't argue with Tony Adams. You do what you're told.
And he was quick to react. Tries to play it through. He won't be happy with that one. And it's Bergkamp. Bergkamp. Oh, this is a terrific run. Bergkamp. De Bruyne. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, face. And a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Mateus Cunha actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Milan yet to have an attempt on goal. And he was alert to it. And that's really well manoeuvred. And it's De Bruyne. He's got away. He's found a way past. Strong running down that left flank. And it's played into the middle. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Now it's Bergkamp. That's a good run down the left. Great run on the overlap here. That's the throw. Nice bit of trickery. Crosses it in here. And the keeper gets his hands on it. Brazil were a team looking for an outlet, and it seems, Jim, as though they've found one.
Yeah, and if that allows them to get people running at and even go...
It's a mighty effort! It's hit the upright. Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Milan have broken through. It's 1-0.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Lobbed in behind. And the pass is intercepted. That's headed upfield. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And this is Bergkamp. Played out to the left flank. And the cutback. And there is the half-time whistle. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Milan have made the crucial breakthrough and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break. And we're off again.
Milan definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
And he cuts out the supply. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Haaland! And he was there to get a vital touch.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
He's going for goal!